the cost of treating cancer remains beyond the reach of many patients, and now there's a push for affordable treatment.
Cancer specialists are calling for regulations to control the cost of drugs to ensure all patients get optimal treatment and therapy.
KEMSA wakaniambia hii dawa tunapatiwa na Roche na ni original na tunapatia Kenyatta na 89,000. Who is the middleman between 89,000 to 250?
The prohibitive cost of cancer drugs is for many patients the biggest barrier towards getting quality care, a situation that cancer specialists attribute to the high markup prices at various cancer treatment centers and pharmacies across the country.
Patients who have breast cancer and they have HER2 receptor that is positive, they need a drug called trastuzumab. Sometimes it goes to the market by the name Herceptin. However, this trastuzumab drug is very, very expensive for most of our patients. Even when NHIF pays for it, it only pays for 4 cycles out of the 18 cycles that the patient is meant to buy the drug for. So drugs like this that have actually been in the market for more than 20 years and they've shown very great improvements in terms of cancer care for those breast cancer women are not able to access this drug in the market as it is because of being overpriced from the market.
If we look at in the private sector, the same product can sell from anything, the difference in pricing can be from 0 to 33% of the price that the institution got it at. So these variabilities is where KEMSA would actually help us.
According to the Kenya National Cancer Control Program and the National Cancer Institute, it costs between 172,000 shillings and 759,000 shillings to treat cervical cancer without surgery in Kenya and 672,000 shillings to 1.25 million shillings if one undergoes an operation. Patients seeking basic treatment for breast cancer pay between 175,200 shillings and 1.98 million shillings, while the cost shoots up to between 758,000 shillings and 2.48 million shillings when surgery is involved. Treating prostate cancer costs between 138,000 shillings and 1.21 million shillings, while cancer of the esophagus costs between 126,000 shillings and 1 million shillings, amounts that most cancer patients can ill afford.
If we cut the number of all these, distributors, clearing people, there are all sorts of merchants in between. If we cut that, knock those out, it's very likely that the costs, of course, will go down. Because if you go to a hospital today, they will tell you, we've put a 5% markup. But remember, this is based on what the distributor sells us.
Several cancer centers in the country can coalesce to form one way of procuring through KEMSA so that all these things are procured under one roof. So it makes it very easy. You're procuring huge amounts of drugs at a go, and then they are sent to these centers. That would be helpful in reducing the cost because it avoids the need for middlemen or people in between that really increase the cost of these drugs.
Following the launch of the NHIF cancer cover in 2016, more Kenyans can access treatment, but there is still a gap that potentially accounts for the 32,987 deaths annually.
Some of the amount, say $250 that they do per cycle, is really very little for some of the cancers that we are treating. My thought is that we have to look at ways in which we can work with NHIF to ensure that cancers that are potentially curable and treatments for cancers that are potentially curable are paid for in full.
Gladys Gashanja, NTV.
The recent deaths of Bomet Governor Joyce Laboso and Kibra Member of Parliament Ken Okoth from cancer-related complications have once again cast a spotlight on the state of health facilities in the country. Both leaders were forced to seek treatment outside the country. Now, a report released in May by the Kenya Health Service Delivery Indicator Survey for the year 2018 exposes gross inequality in the provision of health services. The report, for instance, shows that 83.9% of doctors work in urban areas, while 64% of the population and 40% of the poor live in rural areas. Now, that is given testament to these numbers. Nairobi, Kisumu and Mombasa have the highest number of health workers per health facility, while Samburu, Kitui and Isiolo have the lowest number of health workers per facility. We move on from the human resource to the hardware. The report shows that only half of Kenya's facilities, and that is 50.9%, meet the minimum medical equipment requirements. The survey ranks Meru as the best medically equipped at 73% and Marsabit the worst with a score of 8%. What of access to basics such as water, electricity and toilets? Well, Kiambu County scored the highest at 94% and Tana River County had the lowest score in this respect, and that was 27% for all the three types of infrastructure. Finally, let's take a look at access to drugs. The survey found that going off the 3,094 health facilities surveyed, only about half of the essential drugs are available. And despite, and Marsabit, I think, is doing the best at 71%, and Kirinyaga is doing the worst at 41%. And despite mother and child health being a priority for the Jubilee administration, drug availability for mothers is quite poor, and less than 2/3 of necessary vaccines are available.